Hi guys, so I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I'm getting more and more frustrated, not just with Boris Johnson and his bozo bunch on how they're implementing or not implementing the Northern Ireland Protocol, but how this whole issue is being treated in the media. Very few journalists are willing to ask difficult questions or push Brexit supporting Tories on their stance. Dominic Raab, for instance, if asked by a journalist, "What do you want the EU to do over the protocol?" This line of questioning is off to a bad start because it implies that the EU is the one responsible for the problem here. Under the protocol, the UK government will carry out checks on goods moving from Great Britain to Northern Ireland. So the question should be, why aren't you carrying out those checks, the ones that you agreed to carry out as part of the withdrawal agreement? Another problem with questioning is that people like Boris Johnson or Dominic Raab or other members of the government are allowed to use undefined language. You've probably heard terms like purist, reasonable, pragmatic, when it comes to describing what the UK government is demanding from the EU. This makes no sense, and unfortunately the media let the politicians get away with it. The problem with these terms is that they're suggesting that the EU is demanding something beyond the agreement. If Brussels was asking the UK government to carry out extra checks, then this would be in breach of the withdrawal agreement, and then Boris Johnson's government could rightly claim that the EU is not upholding its side of the deal. Journalists also never mention that the EU doesn't have a problem with the protocol, just Brexit supporters. They also ignore businesses in Northern Ireland, for example, who are trying to work within the confines of the protocol. Now, few are happy with the protocol, but the EU, Ireland and many in Northern Ireland understand that it is necessary and needs to be protected. Finally, the media allows politicians to get away with Article 16 rhetoric. Article 16 is not a means to suspend the protocol, it's about protecting the protocol. On many occasions, people like Boris Johnson have been allowed to pretend that Article 16 has some other purpose. This once again is another failure of the media to do their job. Boris Johnson's government negotiated, agreed, signed, and then used the withdrawal agreement as a political tool to win an 80-seat majority. They didn't want politicians at the time reading it before voting on it, and now they want to undermine it because it's politically uncomfortable for them to implement. Once again, the EU doesn't have a problem with the protocol. Brexiteers do. I wish the media would point that fact out. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee, so why not check it out?